that momentum. NC State looking to get momentum before they hop on the plane and head back home. Let's get you the NC State batting order from top to bottom. The Wolfpack's best bat so far this week has been moved up to the leadoff spot. It's Carly Short, followed by Maya Townsend batting second. Lily Livingston in the 3 spot. Kendall Simmers bats cleanup. Morgan Talley batting 5th. Taryn Massey in the 6th spot. Hannah Church, the designated player, batting 7th. Carmen Montes de Oca is batting 8th. And Sarah Johnson rounds out the Wolfpack batting order. Your lefties are Townsend and Johnson. NC State as a team batting .298 on the season. Defensively for Stanford in the outfield from left to right, Joey Economides, Emily Jones, and Kira Chan. Around the horn, Jade Berry at 3rd, River Mailer at short, Addison Shepard at 2nd, Taryn Kern at 1st, Ava Gall behind the dish, and in the circle, getting the start once again for the Cardinal is Anna Brewer, the freshman from Columbia, Tennessee. Brewer's appeared in both of the games so far in this series. And overall in the year, she's about to make her 12th start of the year and her 27th appearance, a 5-2 record, and a 4.53 ERA. 67 degrees as we begin Brewers Rocks and Deals, and away we go. Cardinal, Wolfpack, enjoy the game, everybody. Carly Short, the freshman from Cameron Park, California. It's outside 2-0 to Short, who is batting .339 on the year with 3 home runs and 22 driven in.
And one thing to note about today is they did switch the top 2 batters in the order for NC State. It was Maya Townsend leading off and then Short in the 2 spot. They flipped them today, so we're starting on the right side.
That's an inside strike called by home plate umpire Jeremy Carter, bringing the count to 2-1. Carter behind the plate, calling balls and strikes. Vince Price is at first, and John Schaefer, the third base umpire. Short 3 for 5 has been one of the better bats for the Wolfpack this weekend. And lashes that one foul, and the count goes to 2-2. Carly from Cameron Park, California, just outside of Sacramento.
Head coach Lindsay Leftwich talked about how excited she is to be back here in her home state in California.
Yeah.
Said her parents even brought her avocado and cheese ice cream. Leftwich said, I did not try it myself, but Carly was very excited about it.
Fly ball to right. Chan backs up, couple steps, makes the grab, 1 away. Those are 3 things that probably shouldn't go together. Avocado, cheese, and ice cream.
All great on their own, to be fair.
Yeah, sure, okay. All right. Maya Townsend, the batter.
And so this is where we're going to see some of the shifting. So we talked about this yesterday. We saw it when Townsend was in the leadoff spot. Now she's in the 2 spot, so the defense is going to adjust. The infield shifts a little bit to their left. Joey Economides, who technically was the starting left fielder, had shifted to the DP. Now she's back out there at the first base position. Right field is totally open as Kira Chan moves to left, and Sydney Bulifin, who is out there, comes off the field. And this worked for them all 4 times they faced Maya Townsend yesterday.
The chess match. Just when you think that there are no moves left to be made, they break out a couple more as Townsend steps in, the senior from Morris, Alabama, transferred from LSU. 1 for 8 so far in this series. And takes the first pitch up high after slightly offering at it, 1-0. Townsend on the year batting .362, no home runs, 13 RBI. A .362 batting average is a team high. 2-0.
And the strategy here is really, of course, to plug all the holes in the infield. They know that Townsend has a ton of speed. She's coming from that left side as a slapper. She can drop a bunt, so allow the corners to be ready for anything in front, but then you have those holes plugged 5, 6, 3, 4, and up the middle.
Was it me, or do you kind of forget what slapping kind of looks like a little bit? They had that rule change a little bit a couple years ago, kind of changed, you know, enforcement, I think, of the rules, and it's kind of, you haven't really seen that much of it, it seems, since then. The 2-1. On a couple of bounces, and the throw to first, safe. Townsend wins the race.
Great adjustment from Townsend. She grounded out a couple of times yesterday, lined out, flew out. The shift working every single time, but today she gets that extra bounce in, so it's deep in the hole. So Mailer has less time to get that throw, has to make a strong throw. She did that, but too speedy, and Townsend wins the battle this time.
So Townsend at first. The Stanford defense resets to its more traditional lineup and formation. And Lily Livingston comes to the plate. Livingston, a freshman from Arab, Alabama. Team high, I'll check that, 10 home runs with 42 RBI. Livingston also batting .297 on the year. She had a big home run in the 5th inning on Friday. That extended the game, quite honestly. Stanford appeared to be headed towards a run rule win, but Wolfpack brought 4 across in the top half of the 5th rather. Stanford ended up winning, but Wolfpack still fought the Cardinal late. And here's a fly ball coming in a bit. Economides. 2 away. And that's been a theme for the Wolfpack so far this season. Sydney Bulletin actually made the catch and left. But that's been a theme for the Wolfpack so far in this series, I should say. Struggling early, finally getting runs late. Too late in some senses, but better late than never in another sense.
Yeah, it's been a trend since 2009 for this program to score early. They score the most runs historically in at least one of the first 3 innings, if not 2 of the first 3 innings. But it's been that opposite trend, to your point, Troy, so far in this series. So can they get started a little bit sooner to put them in a more advantageous spot?
Meanwhile, Stanford has not wasted any time getting on the board. More on that in the bottom half of the first. Kendall Simmers ahead in the count 2-0. Simmers, a sophomore from Bridgewater, Virginia. Hitting .346 on the year, 8 home runs. And that one's heading foul. Beautiful day here in Northern California, 67 degrees, sunny skies, high whisper clouds hovering above the campus. Should be on our way up to around 72 degrees. Weather will not be a factor today. Inside, 3-1.
Really doesn't get much better than it is right now here on the farm, except for maybe exactly 1 year ago today when it was the big swing.
That's
and they
right.
set the NCAA attendance record in the football stadium.
13,207 strong. Ball 4. So Simmers heads to first. 2 on with Townsend taking second. Bringing up Morgan Talley.
You and I were on the call for that big swing last year.
We were there.
Reunion today.
I think this is our first time working together all season. What
It
took so
is.
long?
Only the big guns do we bring them out.
Speaking of big guns, here's Morgan Talley, one of the more intriguing two-way players and freshmen to watch in softball. Talley, a freshman, 6 foot, from Palm Harbor, Florida. Just 1 for 6 so far at the plate this week. But .323 with a team-high 11 home runs overall this season. Gall able to retrieve it, and Talley ahead in the count 2-0.
The reigning ACC Freshman of the Week. 3 times she's gotten that honor so far this season. And Lindsay Leftwich talked a lot about Morgan Talley, the confidence that she has. She's very much of the service mindset. She wants to be a missionary, for example, long-term in her career. She's been on some missions already. That's really how her brain works. But Leftwich talked about them saying, it's okay. It's not having an ego to have confidence as well. So that's something that she's working on, just letting it out on the field, because she does have such a big impact in the circle and right now in the box. She could.
Yeah, just ripped up Cal last week. 8 of 16 at the plate with 13 RBI and 2 grand slams. And also pretty good in the circle, too. Went 3-0 with a save and struck out 14 in 11 innings of work last week against the Bears. That'll certainly get you some conference-wide notice. Got some national notice as well. She's also the current D1 Softball National Freshman of the Week. And she's trying to get the NC State Wolfpack on the board here. Smack back up the middle. The throw home. Got her! Emily Jones with the throw on the money. Townsend out at the plate. And the Cardinal get the 3rd out.
just gorgeous. I mean, absolutely textbook from Emily Jones, coming in on the run, making sure she fields it cleanly, and then just a dart, perfect one bounce to Ava Gall, who places the tag on the hand, well placed to make sure she snuck it in there before she reached home plate. Just absolutely textbook all around.
So the Wolfpack with a chance to strike first. However, it falls by the wayside. NC State 0. Stanford coming to bat as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Let us take this moment to give you the Cardinal batting order, top to bottom, and it begins at the top with Taryn Kern, followed by Emily Jones, then Kira Chan batting third, River Mailer batting fourth, Jade Berry in the 5 spot, Joey Economides bats sixth, Ava Gall batting seventh, Addison Shepard batting eighth, and Sydney Bulafin is batting ninth. Economides is now the designated player, rather. Defensively for NC State, in the outfield from left to right, Taryn Massey, Maya Townsend, and Sarah Johnson. Around the horn, Lily Livingston at third, Carly Short at short, Kendall Simmers at second, Morgan Talley at first, Carmen Montez de Oca at catcher, and behind the dish for in the circle rather for NC State is Riley Wyman, a senior from Gardnerville, Nevada. Wyman, a 6-8 record and a 4.41 ERA, 74 2/3 innings pitched. Opposing batter is hitting .275 against Wyman, who we saw open things up on Friday, went an inning in the third, and got saddled with the loss. Here's Taryn Kern. Kern, magnificent this season. Batting .413, 17 home runs, 40 RBI. She has hit leadoff home runs in both games of this series.
It's not often you see a leadoff hitter lead a team in RBIs. But that's just her taking advantage of the opportunities when there are runners on base when she comes up, and then the solo shots.
Opposite field fouls it off. It's not just home runs either. Taryn also leads Stanford in batting average, runs, hits, tied for the team lead in doubles, 5-way tie for the team lead in triples, extra base hits, total bases, slugging at .983, by the way, walks, on base percentage.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's it. I think I ran out of room on my sheet here. Count goes to 1-2 on Kern, who's been a hitting machine. A senior from San Jose, transferred from Indiana. Was actually the Big Ten Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year in 2023. Kern swings and misses here. It's tailed out of the zone that Kern couldn't catch up with. Wyman wins that battle.
And after that leadoff home run yesterday, they were able to get Kern on strikes a couple of times. So they've figured out some kind of sequence in that sense to attack her with. So Kern gonna need to make the adjustment, which she's good at.
Yeah, Charlie Orsini on Friday won a couple of battles against Taryn Kern as that game went along. Here's Emily Jones, senior from Westlake Village, California, 5 for 8 with a run driven in so far this series. With the corner infielders playing in, and Jones makes him pay. Swats it right past Lily Livingston. And Jones is aboard with her 6th base hit of the weekend, tacking on to her .412 batting average.
She can just do it in so many different ways. She can power slap, she can slap, just chop something up and utilize her wheels. She can swing away. She can drop a bunt. We've seen her get a hit in this series in every single fashion so far.
First pitch, a strike called to Kira Chan. Chan, a senior from San Diego, hitting .397 on the year with 5 home runs and 28 driven in. And, oh, by the way, with that base hit by Emily Jones, Taryn Kern is no longer the team leader in batting average, as Kern has fallen now to .410, with Jones going up to .416 by my calculations. Keep in mind, I talk for a living. I don't count.
Well, the top three of the order just as a whole together have been absolutely outstanding. I mean, they came into this week hitting over 400 as a group, scoring nearly half the runs in total, triple-digit RBIs between that group, perfect in stolen bases.
Swats at that one, tried to plunk it down the third base line, instead found the netting above the visitors' dugout.
And Jones had a stolen base yesterday, too. It was her 41st in her career. So someone to keep an eye on at any time when she's on the base paths.
Jones 12 for 12 in stolen bases this year. Fouled off again, and Jones was on the move.
And something to keep in mind about the defense. So the same that we saw yesterday from NC State, except Massey was playing first base, but because Morgan Talley is that two-way player, which I really say a three-way player because she can play defense too. She's over at first, and Massey moves to left field. Marbury comes out.
Fly ball towards Massey's direction. She makes the grab, 2 away.
That's a big out. It's a big out from Wyman. I mean, that's one of the hotter hitters in this Stanford order, although you don't really get a break now that you have River Mailer coming up too, but to be able to get her to miss enough to let that defense make the play, important out.
Mailer, the sophomore, check out the senior from Monroe, Washington. Fouls off the first pitch she sees. Mailer hitting .338 on the year. 1 home run, 31 RBI. Stanford Softball Stadium. Beautiful day. Brand new facility. Jones on the move. And the number 13 not unlucky here. Jones is in with the stolen base. 13 for 13 in that category.
42 in her career. She's just 1 away for tying for 7th all-time in program history.
Mailer nicks it back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Mailer had a 14-game hit streak snapped on Friday. 1 for 4 overall in this series. First team all ACC last year. High, 2-2. Stanford Softball Stadium, 200 down the lines, 220 to straightaway center. Gorgeous, gorgeous venue. And now the count full.
And Coach Allister says it used to be a pitcher's paradise in here because the walls were tall. It ended up being 205 down the lines prior to the renovations. Now she says it plays more true. It's 6 feet, the wall out there in the outfield, and 200 down the lines.
Now, of course, compare that to the dimensions that they played in last year at the football stadium, where it was like, what, maybe 195 and an inch to right field?
195 or 190 actually down the line in right field. But to be fair, a lot of venues today are actually 190 down the lines, including UCLA and Cal prior to their renovations.
2 on now after the walk to Mailer. The inning extended, and that brings up Jade Berry, the junior from Queen Creek, Arizona. Berry this year hitting .313 on the year, batting with 4 home runs and 36 driven in. 2 on and 2 out. Berry swings, just gets a little bit of contact. Montez de Oca kind of lost her glove there in the transaction. Berry down in the count, 0-1. Yeah, Cal actually playing all of its games away from Berkeley.
Yep.
Splitting time between West Valley College down in Saratoga, which is closer to Stanford than it is to Berkeley by far. Also, I believe they had to play some games up at Sacramento. Some of their home games, I should say, or their designated home games. And they actually had to move their home series against Stanford from Saratoga to here.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Cal being the home team in Stanford Softball Stadium. Definitely not on the bingo card for a lot of people.
Well, Stanford versus NC State in conference, I don't think would have been on a lot of people's bingo cards a few years ago. So, moral of the story, folks, things change. 2-1. Off the fist, looping to right, and diving and making the running grab. Sarah Johnson comes in and makes the scooping catch. So Johnson retires the side in spectacular fashion and keeps Stanford off the board. We're scoreless through one here at Stanford Softball Stadium on ACC Network Extra. Sunday afternoon here at Stanford, we're scoreless with one inning in the book. 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Wolfpack in this frame, beginning with Taryn Massey, a sophomore from Roxborough, North Carolina. Taryn 1 for 6 in this series. Brewer fires a first pitch, misses just a touch high for ball one. Massey hitting .263, 5 home runs, 18 RBI on the season.
And her single yesterday was one of the just 4 hits in total that NC State had. One of those coming from the pinch hitter who got the home run late, like we talked about.
Yep.
Tegan Thrunk.
Two and one.
But if there's somebody that Leftwich might want up in this situation, it's somebody like Massey. She said that she's really one of the leaders on this team. Not just between the lines, but just in terms of their locker room, their dugout.
And as a sophomore, that's pretty significant. Off the fist, rolled to third, 1 away.
A lot of underclassmen really leading in a lot of ways for this NC State team.
Only 4 freshmen on the roster, but all 4 of those true freshmen were starting in opening week.
And they have a top 20 recruiting class coming in next year. I know Lindsay Leftwich said she's very excited about the future of the program, but also focused on this season at the same time. They've been making progress as a squad since she joined. She's in her 3rd season now. She likes the direction they're headed.
Coming in, making the call, Taryn Kern. Ranges over from first. 2 gone. As Hannah Church, the senior from Land O'Lakes, Florida, transfer from Ohio State, is retired. It brings up one of the freshmen, Carmen Montes de Oca, from El Dorado Hills, California. She, along with Carly Short, the 2 Northern Californians on this roster. Carmen hitting .143 on the season. No home runs and 2 driven in. Both Carmen and Carly went to Oak Ridge High School, which won 3 straight state titles. Big time program.
And she was the flex yesterday, so only playing defense behind the dish. But again, with the changes and Tally over at first, Marbury coming out, Massey in left, she's getting a hit today.
Brewer challenges inside and misses 2 and 1. By my count, Anna Brewer has only thrown 1 first pitch strike, and that came to Hannah Church, who was the previous batter. 2-1. Fouled off. 2-2. Montez de Oca looking for a base hit here. She got a double against Cal last Friday, and that was her first base hit in a month. 2-2. Got her on the foul tip, and the side is retired. Brewers' first strikeout of the afternoon. No score here at Stanford Softball Stadium as we head to the bottom of the second on ACC Network Extra. Series finale between Stanford and NC State. Cardinal 4-0 all-time against the Wolfpack with wins in 2014 and 2016, and also on Friday and Saturday. Cardinal looking for the sweep. NC State looking for a happy, or at least a somewhat happy plane ride home. Joey Economides at the plate to begin for the Cardinal. Looks the first pitch from Riley Wyman. Just misses outside for ball one. Economides, a sophomore from West Covina, California, hitting .282. 5 home runs, 32 driven in. Riley Wyman in the circle for NC State. And she actually, going back to her sophomore year, as Wyman's a senior, she entered her sophomore year more confident. And Lindsay Leftwich at that point chalked it up to her commitment to preparation and just her ability to focus on the next pitch. Kind of forget what happened before, whether it was a great pitch, a great result, or a not so great pitch, or not so great result. Just focus on the next one. And she credited her confidence and her increased confidence with nailing that part of it down. Well, foul. 2-2.
And fans of the show, Ted Lasso, always appreciate the reference to having a goldfish mentality, just a short-term memory where you do have to shake it off. That's just a long strike, for example, right now coming from Joey Economides. Now it's 2-2.
Tries to paint the outside corner, doesn't quite get it.
And that's not a bad spot. Trying to get Economides to chase, that's just off the plate.
The 3-2 pitch. Smacked back up the middle and rolling right to Townsend in center for a base hit.
What I like about the approach from Joey Economides is you yank that one foul, would have been well over the wall, of course. It's easy to get a little bit anxious and to overswing the rest of your at-bat, but not Economides. She knows she has 2 strikes. She keeps it short, compact, hard on the ground up the middle to get the base hit.
Yeah, terrific swing. And it results in her getting a board. She's replaced at first by pinch runner Sophia Jin, a freshman from Danville, California. Also brings up Ava Gall, catcher from Lakeside, California. Hit a home run yesterday. She's had a good series at the plate overall. 3 for 5 with that dinger, and 4 driven in. Won't add on to it here as she flies out to right.
The aggressiveness from Ava Gall attacking the first pitch. She has been on time and in a nice rhythm. So that is an important out for Wyman to be able to sit her down and do so efficiently.
Addison Shepard hitting .288 on the year with 8 home runs, 29 RBI. Will take first base after getting plunked on the upper thigh.
Definition of taking one for the team. But being able to pass the bat in any way, shape, or form, that's your goal.
And that brings up Sydney Bulifin, sophomore from Parker, Colorado, just outside of Denver. Hitting .212 on the year, 2 home runs, 12 RBI, popped up and popping down in around the 5th row, right underneath us. Fan makes a nice catch off the carom and gives it to a young fan in front of him.
Classy move, getting another round of applause for it.
If a ball finds its way up here, I'm keeping it.
Well, you can now.
Just so we're all on the same page.
They now allow you to keep foul balls. Little souvenir.
Bulifin, a big home run last week against Florida State. A 3-run shot, part of that 7-run 4th inning against the Seminoles in game 2 of that series. Stanford got the sweep of top 10 Florida State last weekend. A lot of dramatics last weekend here in this building.
And Bulifin's moment easily could be overlooked a little bit because the other 2 games had the walk-offs. But hers was crucial.
And the walk-off from Addison Shepard, who's right now at first base. Shepard at first, Jin pinch running at second. And the count full. Slight breeze blowing out to center, veering a little bit out to right. And we'll do it again. Count stays 3-2. Cardinal hitting .334 as a team coming into this weekend's series. Good for 6th in the ACC. Got her looking. Called strike 3. And that was an impressive finish by Riley Wyman.
A great job just continuing to attack the zone. Full count, the pressure's on you because if you miss, all of a sudden it's bases loaded in that situation, but no fear from Wyman.
So 2nd strikeout of the afternoon by Wyman. Brings out Mike Bosch from the NC State dugout. As he and Riley and the catcher Carmen Montes de Oca have a little chat. Not sure if they're discussing what the plans for the team might be after the game. They're actually catching the red eye back to RDU later on tonight, so they'll have a little bit of time to kill after this game is done. They're actually going to head up to the city, hang out, do some of the touristy things you do. San Francisco is a city where there are a few things to check out and experience if you want to be a tourist. Then hop on the plane ride and do the red eye back to Raleigh-Durham, a plane ride that I've become accustomed to over the last couple of years.
Some business to take care of first. Business in the front today, party in the back, potentially.
Well, Taryn Kern has had a party at the plate all season long. Did strike out in her first plate appearance today as we go back up to the top of the order. But Kern overall just boffo numbers. Count evens out 1-1.
And in some of the recent strikeouts that she has had, what pitchers have done effectively is mix in the off-speed pitch. the go-ahead home run that she had in game one prior to Shepard's walk-off grand slam. She adjusted. First pitch changeup, she knew it was coming, just unloaded on it to leave the ballpark. She'll need to make sure she's ready to do that again for any off-speed here from Wyman.
And Taryn Kern, self-described hitting nerd, loves all the details that go into hitting. From a physical standpoint, mechanics, placement, all those sorts of things, the mind, the mental part of it as well.
Coach Allister said she's very cerebral, very on brand for Stanford, clearly belonged here.
And she muscles that one into right field for a base hit. Jin comes around to score. And Taryn Kern once again responsible for Stanford's first run of the game. But this time it's via an RBI single. And the Cards lead 1-0.
Sometimes we don't talk about enough how good Taryn Kern is at making adjustments. I mentioned it with that home run last weekend against Florida State, but here today too, strikes out her first at bat and then just on a line to the outfield with runners on base, stepping up to have that timely hit.
The two-out RBI single extends it for Emily Jones, who singled in the first. That pitch on the outside corner called for strike one. Jones right now is an 8-game hit streak. Tails outside, Lily Livingston midway between third base and home plate.
And the idea there is to not get beat in front. They know that she can drop a bunt. However, with runners at the corners, whenever there's a runner in scoring position, Jones can also just stand in and hit away, which she's been doing so far in her approach.
Fly ball, right center, could go a ways. It's off the wall. Shepard scores. Kern being waved around. She's in, and the Cardinal tack on two more. Along comes Emily Jones to give the Cardinal a 3-0 lead.
Did I mention she can hit away too? Standing in, just absolutely perfectly on time. She hit it hard on the ground to the left side last time. This time, elevates it a bit to hit the wall in right center field. Got some pop to her as well. That's what makes it so hard to defend.
So Jones is now 7 of 10 at the plate in this series. I'm gonna have to go back to the calculator here in a moment as Kira Chan stands in and looks at ball one. Chan flew out to left in her first plate appearance. So Chan standing in. That one misses maybe just a little bit low. Count goes to 2-0. With that base hit by Emily Jones, she is on an 8-game hit streak, and during that streak, she's hitting .600. 15 hits and 25 at-bats. Is that something I can interest you in? Chan, foul.
Well, coming into today, Emily Jones in the top 10 in program history already for career batting average, trending in that direction. The other couple who are as well, River Mailer and, you guessed it, Kira Chan.
Three and one to Chan. Fly ball. Massey makes the catch just shy of the track, and the side is retired. 3 across for the Cardinal. An RBI single by Taryn Kern and a 2-run double by Emily Jones. Put it together, and Stanford leads NC State 3-0 after 2. 2 innings in, Stanford has a 3-0 lead over NC State. Series finale between the Cardinal and the Wolfpack. Great to have you with us. I'm Troy Clarity. She's Jenna Becerra, and Jenna will have the call, the third and the fourth.
Thank you, Troy. Appreciate it. And you said it, up 3-0 after a big bottom of the second inning for the Cardinal. Anna Brewer still in the circle for Stanford after getting the start. Now has a little bit of a cushion as she faces 9-1-2 to start with Sarah Johnson. First pitch low and away. And Stanford coming into today 5th in the standings in the ACC. Virginia Tech dropped the series to Georgia Tech earlier today. Should Stanford get the win, may be able to leapfrog into the top 4, which would have some implications for the ACC tournament. The top 4 seeds get a bye to start things off. 2-0. Swing and a miss from Johnson. That'll make it 2-1.
Yeah, Charlottesville will be here before we all know it. ACC tournament, May 6th through 9th. And Stanford in position to perhaps get one of those first-round byes.
Going the other way into foul territory. On the run is Bulletin. She'll make the grab. So Sydney Bulletin snags it, and it's 1 away here in the 3rd. Yeah, last year, Stanford finished tied for 4th, but got the 5 seed in the ACC tournament. It was hosted at Boston College a year ago. NC State finished 14th in the regular season, did not make the tournament. The top 10 teams go to the ACC tournament. They were in the top 10. They're now sitting at 11th, trying to claw their way back in. Pitch is up, back to the top of the order here to Carly Short.
NC State picked to finish 12th in this year's ACC preseason poll.
Flared, right side, in the shallow grass. Shepard covering some ground to make the catch.
And Shepard had that tracked all the way. Showing a little bit of range, getting there too.
Great jump from the freshman. And now Maya Townsend will step up once again, and we will see once again the defensive shifts for the Cardinal. Economides back over there at first base. Taryn Kern will swap out the glove. Despite being the official first baseman, she's playing more towards second, traditionally. And Bulletin comes off, and Chan heads back out to left. Now, Townsend with the infield single. Over towards River Mailer on the left side. Finally beat the shift for the first time this weekend. First pitch from Brewer is going to miss.
Townsend thrown out at home, the 3rd out to end the top half of the 1st inning. So NC State had a chance to get an early lead.
Just an absolute dart from Emily Jones out in center. Townsend now a bit of an advantage with the 2-0 count.
Not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for a good outfield assist.
Oh, same. It's gonna go wide.
Of note, by my count, with now 11 batters faced, Anna Brewer has fired just 1 first pitch strike.
Pitch count trailing up around 40. Finds the zone there to make it 3-1.
But NC State hasn't exactly made her pay, in a sense.
Townsend looking to do just that. She'll hit it hard, backhanded by Jade Berry. Throw to first in time. What a play from the hot corner. That's gonna end the top of the 3rd inning.
They don't call it the hot corner for nothing, folks, but Jade Berry right there on the spot, a screamer, but able to have the cat-quick reflexes, go down, grab it, and have the presence of mind to get the throw to first on time and on target.
So after putting up a 3-spot offensively, a 1-2-3 inning defensively, Stanford will pick up the bats again as Mailer, Berry, and Economides do up next. Back at it here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the cleanup hitter, River Mailer, will start things off for the Cardinal after a web gem defensively from Jade Berry to get out of the top half of the inning. First pitch from Wyman is in there for a strike. 4 hits for the Cardinals so far today. 3 runs off of those. Fairly efficient. Back-to-back strikes. Wyman going to jump ahead quickly. All 3 runs earned off of Riley Wyman, but fairly solid overall. A couple of strikeouts, just 1 walk issued. 1 extra base hit.
Yeah, meanwhile, for first pitch strikes, rather, we mentioned Brewer hasn't necessarily done that for Stanford. Wyman's fared better for NC State. 8 first pitch strikes and 13 batters faced now.
1-2 pitch is fouled off by Mailer. She'll stay alive. Mailer walked her first time up. Went 1 for 1 yesterday.
Now, that being said, of course, it's one thing to start, but you got to finish. Taryn Kern with the RBI single on a 3-1 count. And then Emily Jones looked at the first pitch strike, but smacked the double.
Hard. Backhanded over to first. Getting it done. What a nifty play by Carly Short. Shortstop retires the other. So the defense stepping up there for NC State. Last year, Wolfpack was last in fielding percentage in the ACC. They made 70 errors. This year, cleaning it up a bit. Some of the young bloods, like Carly Short, helping out.
And they also lost 10 games by 1 run last season. Those 2 things probably, I mean, you might not be able to draw a straight line between the 2, but they probably do connect at some point.
Jade Berry fouled into left field on the run, but can't quite get there. It was Massey. And in the last 2 seasons, NC State has been 4-10 in games decided by 1 run, 7-9 in games decided by 2. So you're right, it's the little things. Sometimes it's who makes the first mistake.
Yep.
Pitches off the plate to make it 2-1.
And not for nothing, the Wolfpack finished 25-29 last year. So a few more of those games, if they lose by 1 run, go their way. They're looking above 500. Who knows what happens in ACC, but you certainly feel better about things.
Wyman took a little off that pitch to even it up 2-2. That's right, 25-29, 6-18 in ACC play. They've already matched that win total in conference play this season, coming in 6-10 today. Off speed, got her swinging. Wyman gets the strikeout. That's her 3rd of the day, and it's 2 up, 2 down for NC State.
And when we've seen Wyman able to find finishing pitches, she's looked terrific. Getting Taryn Kern to begin the game, finishing off Jade Berry here. That's not easy to strike out those 2 in the same game.
The strikeout pitch been going away to the lefties, but the righty, Joey Economides, will foul that one off into the stands. Economides, the hard hit ground ball single up the middle last time up. Jin came in to run for her, came around to score. The 3-run 2nd inning. A little off speed there again, and once again jumping ahead to your point, Troy. Wyman has surpassed 60 pitches thrown in this one. Down and away.
Wyman from Gardnerville, Nevada. That's about 50 miles south of Reno. She actually faced Nevada earlier this year and pitched well. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, a couple walks and 6 strikeouts. But Nevada won 1-0.
Keeping her team in the ball game. And they're still in it right now.
And oh, by the way, how about that? Wolfpack versus the Wolf Pack.
2-2 pitch.
Yeah, NC State is the Wolf Pack. That's singular. Nevada is the Wolf Pack. 2 words.
2 words versus the 1 word. The space and the capitalization, it makes a difference. And the payoff pitch here. Economides fouls it off.
I mean, it's not quite Cardinal versus Cardinals like you get between Stanford and Louisville. Or in the SEC, I don't know how they do it. I mean, you got the Tigers, and the Tigers.
So many Tigers.
LSU, Auburn, and Missouri. I mean, come on.
At least Auburn doesn't share any colors with the other 2. And the swing and a miss, just foul tipped.
Wow.
And Montes de Oca was trying to hang on to it, but staying alive is Joey Economides. Economides trying to get some momentum going here with 2 outs. Wyman looking for the 1-2-3 inning. Foul ball again. Economides, one of just a couple righties in this lineup for Stanford. Her alongside the freshman Addison Shepard in the 6 and 8 spots, respectively. Everyone else coming from that left side. Economides out to right field, getting a little under it. Camped under it is Johnson, and the 1-2-3 inning complete for Riley Wyman. Solid bottom of the 3rd, and 3 innings complete, 3 runs ahead, Stanford over NC State as we head to the 4th. Three innings complete, 3 runs for the Cardinal over NC State. And the number 3 batter, Lily Livingston, stepping in for the Wolfpack. She flew out to left field last time up. Anna Brewer pulls the string there to get strike 1, a first pitch strike.
Yep. And even though that hasn't been Anna's strong suit so far, she has retired the last 6 batters she's faced, so there is that.
Even up now, 1-1, as that one goes wide. Brewer going the first 3 innings. Solid outing so far. Still out a couple of hits, issued 1 walk, does have a strikeout on the day. And that's hit hard and through the 5-6 hole. That is hit number 3 for the Wolfpack, the first of the day for Lily Livingston.
A solid contact, just scalded that one over the left side. And when she makes contact, it can go a long way, and it can be hit very, very hard.
And that's going to do it for the starter, Anna Brewer. Officially goes just over 3 innings in the circle, and it's going to make way for the upperclassman, the only upperclassman on this pitching staff for Stanford, the junior Alyssa Houston coming in. Houston was out for around 3 weeks in the middle of the season, a crucial time in ACC play for Stanford, but has been back. And hey, all of a sudden she comes back, and it's a season high win streak, 7 straight wins.
Yeah, there's no I mean, you might be able to draw a direct line between Houston missing some time in the latter portion of March and the fortunes of the Stanford pitching staff, which all of a sudden became very, very thin personnel-wise. You only had Anna Brewer and you only had Zoe Prostaico and maybe another option or two, who knows. But with Houston coming back, team staff ERA has gone down since then, and things have stabilized quite a bit, as you might expect from the junior from Benton, Arkansas.
Two-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arkansas, and she's coming into this appearance here. 3.07 ERA on the season, 41 innings pitched. She's got 45 strikeouts to 25 walks. Opponents hitting 197 against her this season. Does have 4 saves on the year and a 3-2 record overall. First pitch swinging from Kendall Simmers, and Houston coming out strong.
Alyssa helped lead Benton High School to 3 straight state titles and 67 straight wins. She went 95-5 in her high school career.
Pickoff attempt over at first, slick move, but diving back safely is Livingston.
I mean, those are Oklahoma-like numbers, although they lost earlier this week.
A rubber match today between Oklahoma and Arkansas in the SEC. 1-1 count here to Simmers. Popped up in foul territory, out of play in the stands. And none of the fans interested in making a play on that one, but a young one gets a souvenir. And every game matters at this point in this season for the conference standings, but across the country, if we start thinking about what it looks like for hosting potential and the seeding for the NCAA tournament.
Hey, man, we got mayhem coming up.
It's been chaos in April already, but mayhem is next level. Stanford on the bubble right now to potentially host and get a top 16 seed from the selection committee. In the air, fouled again, out of play left side.
Yeah, Simmers a little bit crossed up there, had to take that one off of her fist and try to do something with it and couldn't keep it in play. I was watching a little bit of Arizona, Oklahoma State the other day out in Stillwater. That game went extras on Friday.
Another rubber match for today. That pitch misses just a touch to fill the count 3-2. Stanford hosted Oklahoma State opening weekend, got a couple of wins, ranked wins.
Yeah. But Arizona was here too.
That's right.
Earlier this year.
And Texas. Great non-conference schedule Stanford had. And that's lifted into center field. Jones camped under it, makes the catch. Livingston scurries back to first. 1 away.
On the Cardinal, obviously burnishing their resume with that result last week, a sweep of top 10 Florida State. And not only to get the sweep the way that they did, but also with a few more eyeballs than normal watching and seeing those results.
First national broadcast on ESPN2 and ESPN. First couple of games of that series.
That's how I checked it out. I stayed warm and dry.
Really a miracle in some ways, able to get all 3 games in with the rain, but the softball gods were smiling down. Pitches up to Morgan Talley, who singled last time up. Talked about the two-way player that she is and the impact she's had as just a freshman. That one's upstairs. This would be a moment for her to help get things going for the Wolfpack.
Yep. And Stanford still within sight of NC State right now. Riley Wyman has pitched well, except for a couple of small mistakes.
Good take once again from Morgan Talley, who's working a 3-0 count.
And Houston looks like she's kind of trying to settle herself down a little bit, perhaps. Takes the half-moon walk around the circle, now back on the rubber.
Houston, a nice compliment to Anna Brewer, who Really utilizes the drop ball, whereas Houston's got some upspin. Finds the zone there. It's a Stanford team that came into the week with an RPI of 18. And DSR, Diamond Sports Ranking, which will be a metric utilized for the first time by the selection committee this year, they were at 21. Pitches inside for ball 4. Another base runner aboard here for the Wolfpack as Livingston will advance over to second. Still just one out.
Yeah, that one just missed inside, had good movement on it, but just a bit too close to Talley, who gladly takes first base.
Taryn Massey will step in. NC State, by the way, number 57 RPI, number 62 DSR before the weekend. As Massey will take a first pitch strike from Houston.
Wolfpack, by the way, have not beaten a ranked opponent so far this season.
4 ranked wins in total under head coach Lindsay Leftwich, again now in her 3rd season. That's going to get away on the wild pitch, and both runners advance. The biggest opportunity, perhaps. Tying run at the plate, and that's going to induce a conversation with pitching coach Danielle O'Toole-Trejo.
Yeah. As we hark back to Arizona softball briefly, but you can kind of sense, and look, there are still some dominoes that need to fall in NC State's direction, but you can kind of sense, momentum kind of teetering just a little bit, balancing out more towards the Wolfpack just a little bit, and I think that's part of the reason why we have this little mini conference here.
Yeah, it certainly helps defensively on the other side of the inning. They go 1-2-3 for the first time today. You can take some of that momentum in. You get a couple of base runners on, and now there's 2 in scoring position.
Yep.
The 1-1. That's going to get away. Coming in to score is Livingston. She'll take advantage, and the Wolfpack are on the board. A free pass and a gift from Stanford to NC State, and it's a 2-run ball game. Talley also advanced over to 3rd. So still another potential run, only 60 feet away. In the air, in the dirt. Calling for it is Mailer. She'll make the catch. Crucial out. And Houston gets out number 2. Stanford still ahead 3-1, 2 outs here as Hannah Church steps in. She popped up over to Taryn Kern last time up. And she'll take a first pitch strike from Houston.
Church had 2 grand slams last year. Second in NC State history with 2 grand slams in the same season.
Talley followed it up, doing it this year, last weekend against Cal. Short list in program history who have done it.
Yep.
2 of them right now on the roster. Even count 1-1. That's in the air. Right side this time. Kern's under it, makes the catch. So the run comes across. As a couple of pitches get away. NC State on the board, but back-to-back pop-ups will end it there. A 3-1 lead for Stanford as they will pick up the bats once again. Bottom of the order due up. bottom of the 4th inning, bottom of the order due up for the Stanford Cardinal. Allowed 1 run to come across in the top of the 4th, first of the day for NC State. Ava Gall will lead things off. She lined out to right field her first time up. Ava Gall getting the solo shot yesterday. She'll take ball 1 upstairs. Of course, this is a Stanford athletic department that is celebrating 50 straight years with at least 1 NCAA national championship at the team level, leading the nation with 138 overall.
How about that?
It's one thing to be elite. It's another thing to have sustained excellence to that level.
50 consecutive years with at least one NCAA team title. Think about that.
And Gall sends this one out to shallow center. On the run, making a beautiful diving catch is Townsend. Gorgeous defensive display, and it's out number 1.
Boy, and Townsend just showing absolutely no fear. A dead sprint, straight forward, lunging forward, and making the catch about eye-high on her way down to ground. Holy smoke, you gotta throw away your sense of self-preservation for catches like that.
Some great play from both center fielders today. And as a pitcher, you'll take that all day long. And Wyman now working a 1-0 count here to Addison Shepard, who was hit by the pitch last time, ended up coming around to score. Make that 2-0. And we should say congratulations to Stanford men's gymnastics for sealing the deal on that 50 straight years, winning the national championship yesterday. Chopped up the middle. It's going to sneak through to the outfield, and Shepard is aboard with a base hit.
Well, that's Shepard's first base hit of this series, and her first base hit in ACC play since, well, the hit against Florida State in the series opener.
When we talk about late game adjustments in that sense too, Shepard hadn't had a hit in that game, was pinch hit for earlier on, and then comes up with the walk-off grand slam. That's gonna sneak past. And Shepard taking second base with ease.
Well, and after that single by Shepard and that pitch to Bulletin, we're gonna see how Wyman responds. You know, I mean, we mentioned earlier in the show about how her confidence increased dramatically between her freshman year and her sophomore year because she was doing a much better job of just focusing on the next pitch. This obviously is going to be a big test of that progress here.
She was able to get Bulletin looking last time up. Slightly behind now with the 1-0 count. Over the plate, but just a touch up, and that's going to make it 2-0. And credit to Montes de Oca for taking initiative there to go out and talk to her pitcher. Pulled hard and foul down the right side.
To put this streak of 50 consecutive years for a national team title for Stanford in perspective, in further perspective, the next active NCAA title streak, the next longest active NCAA title streak is North Carolina with 7.
Let that sink in.
And I think the next longest overall streak was by, I believe, that directional school down in Los Angeles, USC. They won 19 in a row, but that stretch only from the 70s and the 80s.
Bulletin staying alive here, just as the streak stayed alive.
And oh, by the way, there's still more on the plate, right? I mean, women's golf just won the ACC championship earlier today in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yep.
They might be in the mix. Women's golf, I'm sure, is going to be very much in the mix. Women's lacrosse, looking good.
That one's just off the plate. Water polo.
Yeah.
still playing.
They go next week, right?
I believe so. A lot of sports still happening here in the spring. And a full count here to Bulletin. Called strike 3. Back-to-back backwards Ks. Going up against Bulletin for Riley Wyman. Big second out.
Oh, man, that was a gorgeous pitch. Off speed, just froze Bulletin. That was terrific stuff. And looks like Wyman's going to go out at least on a high note here.
And that is going to do it for Riley Wyman. But you said it, pretty solid outing. Just 5 hits allowed a couple of times through the order to this prolific Stanford offense. She'll allow the base runner over at second, and we'll pass that off to Charlie Orsini, who's coming in, getting her warm-up pitches. We did see her in game 1 on Friday. You were on the call for that, Troy. She went 1 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of which were earned. A couple of strikeouts, issued a walk. Did have a wild pitch and hit a batter as well, so control going to be key here.
And Wyman, fared better today than she did on Friday, in which she only lasted an inning and a third before she was taken out after going through the order 1 time against the Cardinal. Here she goes through twice. So Wyman faring better, I think a better showing. Obviously, she's still stands, if this result holds, to, unfortunately for her, end up in the loss column, but certainly some things to take away, some positives to take away from this outing for Wyman.
She will be responsible for Shepard over at second base. And Orsini 0-1 on the season so far, 13 1/3 innings pitched in total. Does have double-digit strikeouts to 7 walks so far this year. And she's a transfer from Tennessee by way of Australia, coming from down under. Actually got to talk with her mom last year at the Women's College World Series when she was there with Tennessee.
Oh, cool.
And they were just so excited for the career that she's been able to have, now a grad student at NC State. She'll face off against the top of the order with Taryn Kern. Struck out, then made that adjustment to get the RBI single last time up. First pitch in for a strike. Kern now hitting .415 once again. On the ground to the right side, handling it herself in the foot race, going the way of Morgan Talley, and that will get NC State out of the inning. So Shepard stranded at second, nothing across in the 4th. Stanford up 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th inning, number 19 Stanford with a 3-1 lead over NC State here in Game 3 of the ACC series. Troy Clardy back on the play-by-play.
Thank you, Jenna. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for NC State. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Cardinal, trying to get the sweep of NC State. Carmen Montez de Oca, the batter now, leading off for NC State, facing off against Alyssa Houston. Montez de Oca struck out to end the second. 3-time state champ at Oak Ridge High School in Northern California. Her dad, Cesar, is from Venezuela. She has the Venezuelan flag on her glove. 1-1. We'll see Carly Short as she is in the hole right now, as we're in the 8th spot of NC State's batting order. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul back. You know, teams do some things before the season begins to get themselves focused and get themselves ready, you know, for the year ahead. Before last season, Oak Ridge High School, which Carmen Montez de Oca and Carly Short both played for, the team went on a 30-day digital detox. Got her looking. Called strike 3. Houston challenges Montez de Oca and wins.
Houston not afraid to go inside on the hands, perfectly placed on that inside corner, just well executed.
And that brings up Sarah Johnson. Johnson flew out to left to begin the 3rd inning, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Fouls off the first pitch. Yeah, a 30-day digital detox. The team, all the players, they turned in their phones. They didn't use social media. And it helped them bond as a team. And it also raised awareness for mental health as well.
Something that student athletes today have to deal with on top of everything else.
Yep.
The element of social media, all the noise that can come from it.
Yep.
Great things about it, too, in terms of exposure, connection to fans, things like that, but a double-edged sword. So happy to hear about the prioritization of mental health.
1 ball, 1 strike. You know, I found it interesting. I was over on baseball duty yesterday, Stanford facing Miami and the Hurricanes. Their pitching coach, his official title is pitching coach / mental skills coach. And I'd never seen that before. And I said, okay, all right, I like that. I like where this is going. But quite necessary. Houston misses high, 3-1.
The mental side, incredibly important for every single position, but pitching possibly above anything else in a lot of ways. You're the only one, along with your catcher, touching the ball every single pitch, every single play. You're a part of it.
That's a walk, the second one that Houston has issued, along with 2 wild pitches. So Johnson aboard. Johnson walked twice on Friday, so she adds to her tally in that category this weekend. And we go back up to the top of the order. It's Carly Short, 0 for 2. Short had to turn in her phone as part of that 30-day digital detox for Oak Ridge High School last year. And hey, it worked, right? They won their 3rd straight state championship. There is that.
And there's something to be said about doing things and experiencing things like that as a team. When you're in the trenches together and just going through different things together, it's going to bond you in a certain way. It's really indescribable unless you've experienced it.
Well, and the message there, and you hinted at it, you know, hey, it's not all about the noise. It's just about us. It's just about the team, just about the squad. Just boil everything down to its most basic compound. The 1-1 to Short. A little bit of movement, but misses, maybe a touch low, 2-1. Stanford has had the lead throughout, but NC State trying to make it a 1-run game at the very least. 3-1.
I think showing improvement from game to game, that's something that you want to build on if you're NC State as well. I mean, the first one was 11-4, so pretty decisive in favor of Stanford, of course, but that late home run to put a couple of runs on the board yesterday, make it 6-2. Now it's 3-1. It's trending in the right direction.
Catches the inside corner, count full. Houston's gone to a 3-ball count on 4 of the 7 batters she's faced. And Short fights that one off. Short 3 for 7 so far in this series.
Yeah, she had 2 of the 4 hits yesterday, got on base 3 times because she was hit by a pitch too. Been able to manage her well today.
Back-to-back walks as Johnson heads down to second, and Short trots over to first.
This is something that Houston has worked on throughout her career. You know, she led the team with 150 strikeouts last year, but had 76 walks, a little higher, a little off on the ratio more than you'd like to be, so not surprised to see a change here now.
Yep, as the Cardinal will turn to Zoe Prostyko, who has earned the wins in both of Stanford's results earlier in this series. More on Zoe Prostyko in just a moment. Stanford ahead 3-1, but the Wolfpack trying to get back into it. This is ACC Network Extra. Top 5th, Stanford with a 3-1 lead, but the Wolfpack have 2 on. Wolfpack has 2 on with 1 out. And Zoe Prostyko is in the circle, the sophomore from Huntington Beach, California. About to make her 33rd appearance of the year, 14-5 record, and a 2.89 ERA. Strikeout to walk ratio of 166 to 45. Opposing batters hitting 187 against Zoe Prostyko. I will not steal your nickname for her. I'll reserve that for your usage only.
Well, if she earns it, she earns it today. We'll see how it unfolds. But you're right. I mean, she earned it this season so far in the sense that she is leading the ACC in strikeouts this year. So Zoe per strikeout is what the streets are calling her, let's say. But she has done a nice job of just the sequence. She changes planes really well. She developed a drop ball in the off season that Danielle O'Toole-Trejo was especially excited to see. So she can go up, she can go down, works both sides of the plate. And we've seen all the hard work come to fruition.
Well, this is intriguing, along with the defensive shifting that Stanford's doing on the infield with Maya Townsend coming up as Stanford brings in the 5th infielder. Another bit of a shift, Kira Chan has come off, and Alyssa Houston has come back into the game. You'll see her in center field.
Yeah, a rare moment to see Emily Jones not in center field, shifting over to left in this case. And we have seen these types of moves being made with this Stanford pitching staff playing in positions in the field, and that is to try to keep them available. That's Jessica Allister's version of managing the DP flex positions. It gives you more options for where you can move hitters. And in this case, because they're going to go up against Maya Townsend right now, they're going back to that defense you mentioned with the 5 infielders. So Houston now in the mix as a part of this shift.
All right, everybody's got everything they need, and off we go. Maya Townsend, an infield single in the first, but was later thrown out at home to end the first inning as Prostyko fires and misses for ball 1. Prostyko deals the 1-0 Tries to slap at it. Got a little piece of it, rolls away, 1-1.
Townsend breaking towards first a little bit too early on that one, so that outside pitch a little out of reach.
Steichel 1 in the third on Friday, 4 in the third yesterday. The win in both of those games. Hit in the infield, shuffle to second, and they get one there. So runners at the corners with 2 out for Lily Livingston.
So now we'll see the defense shift again as Economides comes off, infield goes back to normal. Waiting to see what the change in the outfield is going to be. Jones and Houston are both standing in center field, waiting to see what they're going to do as well.
Kira Chan has come back out of the dugout.
I think she may be going to left field with Houston staying in right field.
Yeah.
But we're still waiting to find out exactly as Coach Allister is chatting with the umpires, making all the changes on the lineup card.
3-1, Stanford leads, but 2 on and 2 out for the Wolfpack. Chan is in the left field spot as now she fully and finally and formally and officially takes the left field position.
And credit to Kira Chan for being a part of this move a lot too, going from one corner outfield position to the other. Yesterday, the ball tends to find you when you make moves like that, and she made a nice play in foul territory to get out of an inning, for example, when she was in left. So just that ability, she makes it look easy, but actually takes a lot of skill and preparation.
Is there that much of a difference between left field and right field and having to make that adjustment on the fly in game?
It's not totally dissimilar from playing first versus third in the sense that your glove is on the line when you're in right field as a righty like Kira Chan is. So you know that you have that extension, let's say. It's not when you move over to left. So the approach in that sense may be a little bit different. But generally speaking, if you are in the outfield, you take the same approach with the foundational aspects. You know, first step back versus forward. Those things all stay the same. But you keep in mind, you know, where throws are going to be. If something's in the corner, for example, it's just a different relational space.
In the air, comes down to Kira Chan, the new left fielder for Stanford. She makes the grab, side retired, and the Wolfpack strand 2 more. Remains 3-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th on ACC Network Extra. Great to have you with us here from Stanford Softball Stadium. Troy Clarity and Jenna Becerra here on ACC Network Extra. Stanford leading NC State 3-1. Wolfpack have had chances. Had a big chance, but got thrown out at home for the 3rd out in the bottom half of the 1st. They left 2 stranded in the 5th. And it remains a 3-1 ball game in favor of Stanford. Emily Jones sends a pop fly to left. Taryn Massey had to leave her feet to be able to make that grab, and she does. So Emily Jones Still stuck on 7 hits for the weekend, which is still super productive.
That ball sort of kept carrying a little bit out there in left field. Sticking with it. And important now to keep the speed that Emily Jones has off the base paths as well.
There's actually Michaela Marbury out there in left as they snuck that change in on us. Kira Chan low and away, ball 1. Chan, a couple of flyouts to left so far in this one.
See, but we talked about the second you get in a game, the ball finds you. That just happened to Marbury as well.
1 ball and no strikes. Chan's parents met while they were at USC. But Kira says that Stanford was always her dream school. I actually asked her about that earlier this week. And Kira said, well, a big part of it was that USC doesn't have a softball program. Fouled off, 2-1.
A lot of people are always surprised by that.
Yeah.
That USC doesn't have a program. Out here on the West Coast, in terms of some of the big schools, previous Pac-12 schools, for example, Washington State doesn't either. Colorado does not. There are others across the nation too. Vanderbilt, Miami. And the ACC would be nice if they had a team.
Big swing and a miss. Orsini crosses up Chan there, 2-2. Yeah, that's another jaw dropper. Miami.
Mm-hmm. And some of these programs, they could easily build a pretty solid program quickly with the athletic department and the support that they have.
Just misses a bit up high, count goes full. Well, I'd imagine that for a big part of the puzzle for some of these campuses, USC maybe in particular, is actually building a legitimate home, an actual facility where these places going to go.
The space, right. Clemson and Duke invested in that specifically.
Yep.
They're still less than 10 years old, both of those programs, and the success that they have both had has been incredible ever since then, but the investment was there.
Hey, who's on top of the ACC standings right now?
Exactly, Duke, and then Clemson actually swept Virginia this weekend. That's huge, a ranked sweep for them. If you build it, they will come, they say.
Yeah. The 3-2. That pitch goes about 35 feet as it bounces to Montez de Oca, and Kira Chan's on board for her first time this afternoon. Well, they built it here at Stanford, and they've certainly come so far this season. The brand new Stanford softball stadium opened in February. This was years in the making. Plans finally announced a couple of years ago. River Mailer walked in the first. That one's fired into the dirt too, as the count goes to 1-0. And I remember seeing the renditions of what this place was going to look like, and I was like, wait, what? They're going to do this? Holy smokes. And it's every bit the part in real life. That's another roller home, but the throw down to second got her. So Montez de Oca able to recover from a bouncing pitch and fire a strike to second to get Chan out there.
Second day in a row that she has mowed Kira Chan down at second base. Credit to Montes de Oca. That is stepping up for your pitcher, too. 2 outs, bases clear instead of 1 out with the runner in scoring position. Big time.
Outside corner called, 2-1. Not bad for the freshman. Orsini back on the rubber. The 2-1. Off-speed pitch. Tap to first. Tally wins the race to the bag. And the side is retired. Through 5 complete. Stanford with a 3-1 lead over NC State. We begin the 6th inning here in Northern California. Picture perfect day here on the farm. Cardinal trying for a sweep of NC State. Wolfpack trying to prevent that. But right now it's Stanford with a 3-1 lead as we go to the 6th inning. And here with the call of this frame is Jenna Becerra.
Thank you, Troy. It's been a fun one so far, and you're right, it doesn't get much better than this. 71 degrees, according to my Apple Watch here at Stanford Softball Stadium. Zoe Pristaico still in the circle for the Cardinal as Kendall Simmers is leading things off. First pitch swinging, popped up, shallow right field. Shepard is under it. An efficient first out for the Cardinal here in the top of the 6th.
Shepard decisive there, ranging over, making the call for everyone in the stadium to hear. Communication is critical.
Communication is key. And what a way for a freshman to experience their first shot at collegiate softball in a stadium like this. Swing and a miss there from Morgan Talley for a first pitch strike. Stanford Softball Stadium opening weekend was a big deal. You said it. A couple of years in the making with the renovations. Millions of dollars poured into the investment here. Coach Allister said she's very excited about all the team spaces, of course, the built-in locker rooms, the athletic training spaces, even places just to hang out and study. But in addition, she's most excited about the fan experience. Just upgrades all around. That pitch misses to make it 1-2.
And obviously she's also happy about the commitment to the program from not just the athletic department level, but, you know, that's got to be cleared at the university level too, right?
Absolutely.
You know. But those things can make a difference. I mean, before, the Stanford Softball Clubhouse, you know, was beyond center field, a building that we can actually see from from our perch where it is right now. And that makes a difference.
Everything in one spot for them. Huge. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And there it is. Zoe Pristaico gets the K. And it is 2 away here in the 6th.
Nifty little rise ball that Talley just could not quite lay off of. And Zoe Pristaico, who has had some masterful moments this season, finishing off the batter there.
168 strikeouts on the year after that one. First pitch swinging is Taryn Massey for a quick strike. Massey 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop-up.
Zoe changing speeds there. In the Pitt series against the Panthers, Zoe faced 33 batters. She struck out 24 of them and didn't walk any.
That's been one of the biggest areas of improvement, as well as reducing the free passes. From her freshman year to this year, she had a 5.00 on the dot ERA a year ago, has cut that nearly in half, 2.86 here. And that has popped up in the infield. Shepard will do it again and make the grab. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Zoe Pristaico and co. A quick one in the top of the 6th. Stanford ready to pick up the bats once again. They still have the 3-1 lead over NC State heading to the bottom half. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Stanford Softball Stadium, what Coach Allister calls the best facility on the West Coast. And Jade Berry will lead things off here for the Cardinal, going up against Charlie Orsini. First pitch is down and away for ball 1.
Hard to argue, right? I mean, the Jane up at Eugene is, I mean, it's Oregon. I mean, you know, they do facilities okay up that way.
That's on the ground on the right side. Wild throw, but hung on to over at first base. And that is Massey who has moved over there defensively, making a nice grab to help out Simmers. So Marbury back out and left defensively. So Tally now not on the diamond currently. And one away here as Joey Economidis steps up. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Huskies softball stadium up in Seattle, rather scenic.
Right on Mont Lake.
Yep, sandwich right between the football stadium and the lake.
Not on the coast, but in Tucson, down in Arizona.
Yeah, the Rita.
Yep, Hillenbrand Stadium, pretty great location as well. That hosted the first ever Pac-12 softball tournament.
Yep.
Stanford Stadium, prior to this renovation, hosting the second and final. Already a nice facility here, but they've really just outdone themselves with all the upgrades. Pulling the string there to find the zone.
Well, and UCLA, as storied a program as it is, as great a program as it is, you know, Easton could stand to be brought up to code a little bit.
Yeah, 190 down the lines there at Easton Stadium. Check swing foul ball there from Economidis.
I'm not sure if they can do a whole lot about that, though, because you got Sunset Boulevard right there, right on the other side.
Any rebuild would need to be at least 200 feet.
Yeah.
You're grandfathered in, sort of, if you've already had it at 190, as UCLA has had, but were they to renovate and rebuild, they'd have to move it to 200 down the lines. That pitch is down. Economidis working the count full. And I know Coach Allister even excited for Cal to get its renovations, the softball team as well.
Yep.
That program won the national championship back in 2002. It's been years in the making. Off speed to get her swinging. Pulling the string, Charlie Orsini gets out number 2 via the strikeout.
And letting everybody in the building know about it, too. That was fantastic stuff. And, you know, Orsini, you know, maybe he's bounced a few pitches as well, but, you know, she's shown an ability to change up speeds a little bit.
Talked about how crucial that is with this Stanford offense. That one misses down to Ava Gall. Gall has lined out and flied out so far today, looking for her first hit on this Sunday afternoon. Down and away as well. Quick 2-0.
Yeah, Cal's facility, as scenic probably as any place there is. I mean, you're right there in the middle of the hills. It's absolutely gorgeous, but woefully behind the times as a facility. I mean, a good thing for them, that's going to change.
And Strawberry Canyon, a nice place to play a ball game, as the check swing there is checked on. They say she won't go. Jeremy Carter getting some help from John Schaefer over there at third. Yeah, national championship caliber type program, having that 2002 title, but building back as well. Steve Singleton and company will be here next weekend, as that's a called strike to make it 3-1.
Yeah, I always tell people about Cal Memorial Stadium for football. I think it's the most scenic place to watch a football game, certainly on the West Coast. If you want to do anything else, however, it is impossible. Impossible. You know, if you're sitting in your seat, you're checking it out, scenery's great, you know, there are fantastic sight lines, it's awesome. But if you want to go to the concession stands, if you want to go to the other side of the stadium, you want to tailgate, half the place still uses porta potties, for crying out loud.
Payoff pitch here. Pulls the string again. This time it's a backwards K. Orsini with back-to-back strikeouts for the 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. NC State down to its final 3 outs, a 2-run ball game. Wolfpack trail 3-1 to Stanford. Top of the 7th inning. Number 19, Stanford with the 3-1 lead over NC State, 3 outs away from busting out the brooms for the 2nd weekend in a row. Troy Clarity taking you the rest of the way.
Thank you, Jenna. It will be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up for the Wolfpack here to begin. NC State has had chances, got thrown out at home to end the 1st, left a runner in scoring position in the 4th after bringing 1 in on a wild pitch, and left 2 on in the 5th. As Michaela Marbury drops down the bunt, and the throw to first is well wide. Marbury still going, and into 3rd. So Michaela Marbury has the Wolfpack off and running here in the top of the 7th.
Utilizing the speed. See, Prestico jumped all over that nicely. Did the spin move because she's a lefty, so it was a blind throw over to first, not giving enough time for Shepard to get there to cover because Kern was crashing in as the corner as well. And no hesitation, Leftwich sending Marbury all the way to 3rd base. Exactly the pep in their step that the Wolfpack needed.
And a pinch hitter now in Carmen Montes de Oca's spot. It's Tegan Thrunk, the senior from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, transfer from Virginia Tech. Last time Thrunk was in a pinch hit situation, it was yesterday, and she had a home run late in the game against the Cardinal. She does that again here. She'll tie it up and completely change the complexion of this game. And perhaps with that in mind, Danielle O'Toole-Trejo, the Stanford pitching coach, is in the circle.
Really, the pinch hitters yesterday are what got things going late. So obviously Thrunk, of course, but getting on base at that point was Whitaker, who had come in and drawn the walk before that. That brought in that 2nd run. So Leftwich, you can tell, she's got some high energy over there coaching 3rd base in the dugout. Very much locked in and loaded for this one.
Thrunk on the season batting 192 with that 1 home run on the year. And 4 RBI. Has 26 at-bats and 28 plate appearances overall this season. Fishes for that one, doesn't come up with it. 0-1. Tegan Thrunk at the plate. Same pitch, this one misses just a bit high, and Thrunk doesn't offer at it. Count goes to 1-1. Tegan transferred from Virginia Tech following the 2024 season. She played 75 games over 2 seasons with the Hokies. And this one goes inside, 2-1.
So it has some of that ACC experience, but at the same time, not against Stanford specifically, because we talked about it. The only 2 meetings they had prior were over a decade ago.
Yeah. A lot has happened since then.
Yes.
popped up. Shepard calls for it. 1 out.
It's a nice response from Zoe Perstyko. Now you make the mistake with the throw over to first base. Then you respond immediately with some pressure with the runner over at third and induce that pop-up for your team.
So Marlboro does stay at third. Sarah Johnson at the plate, 0 for 1, walked in the 5th. And Perstyko, the lefty, fires one past Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Fun to watch Sarah Johnson. She's got some baseball swag. She was the first female to play baseball at her high school in Charlotte. She rocks the hat out in the outfield when she plays defensively. You can see some baseball inspiration in her swing. In junior year of high school is when she started playing softball because she wanted to try to play in college, knew she could get a scholarship that way.
Yep. The 0-2 from Perstyko. On a rise, and Mailer makes the grab, 2 away.
It's a good read from River Mailer because, yes, it was essentially right at her, but kind of got jammed on that. So a little bit of movement in the air that soft line drive had, and she stuck with it to see it all the way in the glove.
Wolfpack with 2 out. And Carly Short fouls it off. We go back up to the top of the NC State order. Short 0 for 2, walked in the 5th. NC State down to its final out. Just misses off the plate. 1-1. NC State just 1 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. 1 for 9 with runners on. Their lone run of this game came on a wild pitch. Popped up, playable. Shepard makes the catch. That's your ball game. Stanford gets the win over NC State, and they sweep the Wolfpack as the Card take care of business here on the farm. The final score, Stanford 3, NC State 1. Stanford with the win here today. They run their record to 30-12. That is now the 7th straight 30-win season for the Cardinal. Stanford also now 15-6 in ACC play, while NC State falls to 25-20 and 6-11 in the ACC. All the scoring for the Cardinal done in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And on back-to-back base hits, Taryn Kern putting the Cardinal on the board with an RBI single, and then Emily Jones with a 2-run double. That's all Stanford needed, mostly because of terrific pitching for the most part, but also because, hey, let's face it, Stanford, NC State could not truly push across the runners they needed to push across when they needed to get there.
Stanford not perfect in the field or in the circle, but competitive all throughout. Anna Brewer getting the start, Houston coming in, Perstyko closing it out right there with pressure, with that runner over at third base, and Perstyko produces a few easy outs for her defense from there. And all of it coming together, the timeliness of the hits, the defense being there, of course, that one error at the end with Perstyko on the throw, but for the most part, solid, reliable. All of it coming together to give them their season-high 8-game win streak now, back-to-back weekends busting out the brooms, and now they're in the top 4 in the ACC standings as things start to shuffle late in the stretch.
Riley Wyman gets saddled with the loss. She falls to 6-9 on the year. Zoe Perstyko gets the win, 15-5 and 3-0 this weekend. So now, coming up next for the Cardinal, as they finish off this series against NC State, they'll host Santa Clara on the 22nd, and then they'll be the road team for a series against Cal here in this stadium. A bit strange, a bit weird, we know, but that is what that is Cal playing all of their games away from Berkeley while their facility is renovated. So Stanford back in ACC action against Cal here in this stadium next week. Meanwhile, for the NC State Wolfpack, they hop on the red-eye back to RDU tonight, and they will go back on the road next weekend up to Charlottesville to face the Virginia Cavaliers. That'll do it for us here from Stanford Softball Stadium. This was fun. We hope you had as much fun as we did. On behalf of our excellent ACC Network Extra crew, my broadcast partner, Jenna Becerra, I'm Troy Clarity. Final score once again today, Stanford 3, NC State 1. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, and accomplish greatness.